Hi, my name is Kayla. Welcome to Sew and Stretch, and today is week 1 of our March Madness challenge, and we're going to start this week all about engaging our core and really getting into those foundational principles of Pilates, because if you want to have an effective flow, an effective session, and really get the most out of your session, it really starts with that core engagement. You should have alignment, breathing, and control. Those are all the things that you want to be paying attention to in your body throughout your session, regardless of what move you're doing, okay? And it all really starts with that core engagement. So when we're laying in a just regular position, just laying down or standing, we're just standing in our normal, whatever feels comfortable for us position, we are not in exactly a straight spine. Most people think, oh, I'm standing up straight, my back is straight, but really our spine has a natural curve and our pelvis has a natural tilt, right? So that does not always mean that your core is engaged or that your back is straight. We have to actively think of that and put our bodies in that position to make sure that we are getting that full engagement we need in our core. And when it comes to Pilates, every flow, every exercise, every movement that you're doing, it starts with your powerhouse being engaged. Whether you're standing up, whether you're on the mat, or whether you're on the reformer, everything that you do, whether your arms focus, legs focus, glutes focus, the core should still be engaged. The powerhouse should still be engaged, okay? So now I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like to engage your core in different positions. So if we're standing, or I'm gonna start with on my knees, so you can see right now, I feel like I'm straight, right? I'm in a neutral position. This feels comfortable for me, but my pelvis is tilted down. I have some curve in my spine. And when I engage my core, I tighten it in, right? You see my pelvis tilt up and in towards my belly button. My back muscles start to tighten as well, and everything becomes stronger and tighter and just more engaged. You might also know that my ribs come in towards, so everything is coming in towards the belly button. When I bring my ribs down, this helps straighten the upper part of my spine, and then it feels like it's all pressing back in a way. It almost feels like you're bringing your body to lean back, because it's taking that natural curve out there, but it's actually just straight, okay? And the main thing is that I can still breathe through this, okay? So I'm not doing anything that's taking my breath away. So if you do this and you're like, feeling like you're holding your breath, it's probably because you're flaring out the rib cage, right? You're flaring out the rib cage, you're expanding the lungs, trying to hold that breath, hold that tightness in, as opposed to bringing everything in together and tight. So another way to think of it is if you put on a corset and the way it cinches everything together, that's essentially what you're doing here. Or another way to describe it is if I had some jeans on, and in order to zip up my jeans, I need to bring everything together. So I'm bringing the ribs down and I'm bringing the pelvis up, right? And now the core is engaged, okay? And now let's do it from the side so we can see what it looks like from there. So right now I'm in a neutral position, and I want to check in with my alignment. So I relax the shoulders away from the ears. My chin is lifted. I'm breathing in and out, okay? And now I tilt the pelvis in towards the belly button and bring the ribs down, and you can see how it tightens at my core and the back becomes straight. I'm still breathing through it. Even as I'm expanding my lungs to breathe, I'm still able to hold my core together. When I release, when I'm not holding, my breathing looks like this. When I am holding it together, it comes in like this. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And now I'm gonna do it in a laying down position so you can see what it looks like there too. Okay, now we're gonna see how to engage your core from lying down on the mat, okay? When I lift my arms here straight up towards the ceiling, you can see that space between my spine and the mat. That is the natural curve of my spine. Even though it seems like I'm laying as flat as I possibly can, my spine is not truly straight, and my core is also not engaged at all really here. I'm just doing what naturally feels comfortable for my body, okay? And typically for women of color, we do have more curve in our body, just depending on your genetics and your body. Like, it's going to differ for everyone. So it's very important to practice and understand what engaging your core looks like for you, okay? So first, if I want to start in a lying flat position, which you can see probably adds even more curve or more space in between my spine and my back because I'm bringing those legs down, okay? I don't have my knees being bent and my feet flat to help bring that back closer to the mat. So I bring my legs down here. Okay, so I'm going to tilt the pelvis in towards the belly button and bring the rib cage down. And now you can see that my spine is pressed into the mat and it's a lot flatter and my core is engaged, okay? So this is where I'm gonna wanna stay. And I can still breathe, I can still talk. I'm not holding my breath in to try to hold my body together. I'm still perfectly comfortable with breathing, but now the core is fully engaged. So now when I come up here, it's a lot more effective doing a move like this, reaching across. It's a lot more effective than if I had my back curved like this and trying to do it. I'm not really getting anything out of this with all that space still there, okay? So again, lying flat, tilt the pelvis in, rib cage comes down, and you can see that my shoulders even lift a little bit to try to bring those ribs towards the belly button as well. That's fine, the core is engaged. This is what it looks like for my body. And you're gonna have moments when you lose it, where you just naturally revert back to that position. You have to keep a mental note of it. You have to remind yourself, oh, come back in. So a lot of times as a teacher, when I'm in my flow, I say check in with the core, engage the core. I say it constantly throughout the flow because sometimes you just need that reminder like, oh, am I in that right position? Am I in the correct position, okay? So it takes practice to think about it and to feel it and to know, okay, I'm there, I'm where I'm supposed to be, okay? So again, we'll do it with the knees bent and feet pressed into the mat. Okay, this is my natural position. I tilt the pelvis in towards my belly button. Ribs come into the belly button as well. Everything is engaged and you can see it's pressed and flat to the mat. Okay, and this honestly feels great on my back too. That curve, it's like stretching out those muscles, just a little bit stretching out that spine, just giving some relief to the lower back, okay? And so this is perfect for if we were going into our bridging. This is exactly where we would be. We'd have our palms pressed into the mat here. We want that core nice and engaged. My pelvis is tilted up towards the belly button. I'm pressing my back into the mat, and then we would lift through the feet and press up, straight line, and slowly come down. As I come down, that core stays engaged. I'm going vertebra by vertebra, so each piece of my spine, one at a time, before I come all the way down, okay? And a lot of times you'll hear instructors say, oh, glutes last. Glutes last because they're trying to tell you to bring each piece of your spine back down to the mat before the glutes, okay? So that you're keeping it engaged and keeping the back straight. But again, just depending on your body composition and how you look, if you have, you know, a little wagging going on back there, it's gonna be hard to bring down each piece of your spine before you bring your glutes down. And that's perfectly fine. Just be aware of your body, be aware of what works for you. Make sure that when you lift and you're coming back down, you're doing your best to bring each piece down, no matter what that looks like for you, okay? I hope this helps. So practice this all week and we'll come back again for week 2. Okay, this was week 1. This was planting our seeds. This was going over those foundational principles of our March Madness challenge. So we talked about breath, alignment, and control, and most importantly, engaging that core. So please spend the rest of this week practicing your core engagement and what it looks like for you to truly have a straight spine and core engaged, and practice holding it throughout your sessions. And remember, it's not just in Pilates that you should do this. If you're lifting weights, if you're doing cardio, if you're sitting at your desk working, you want to make sure that you're having the best posture as possible and trying to take away that stress off of your spine and engaging that core to get the most out of your day, your body, and your flow. Okay, I cannot wait to see you guys for next week for week 2.